It is my pleasure to introduce to you Rhea Cote Robbins, who is a local Maine writer whose works reveal a very strong sense of place and space, whether she is describing her grandmother's kitchen, the quilt of farmland on the surface of the earth, or two human bodies leaning towards each other in a French laundromat. Rhea can trace her roots many generations back to where her ancestors lived in the towns and villages of Basse Normandie, Lower Normandy, places with names like Mortagne au Perche, Réveillon, et Torrouvre, as well as in the city of Limoges. There is in her writing an earthy humor and a common sense that is found among French country dwellers, but also in the works of François Rabelais. Her ancestors courageously crossed the Atlantic to what was for them a new world. At least 3 of the branches of the original settlers in her family came over on the same boat to New France to settle in Quebec City. It is no surprise that there is a certain feistiness in Rhea's writing. Her mama was from Wallagrass and her father from Waterville, and she herself grew up in Waterville, in a French-speaking neighborhood referred to as down the plains, the diametrical opposite of up the hill, where ivy covered the walls of a certain liberal arts college. Rhea's writing often demystifies the power in that hierarchical geography, giving voice to the people down the plains, or the craftspeople who labored in local factories, the people with French accents who were denigrated because they did not speak like Yankees. She also spent a brief time in Detroit, Maine, or I probably should say Detroit. She began writing poetry during the Vietnam War and never stopped. Rhea attended the University of Maine at Presque Isle and the University of Maine at Orono. After teaching in public school briefly, she worked as the editor of an international bilingual journal entitled Le Forum at the Franco-American Center at Orono. She holds master's from the University of Maine and an honorary doctorate from the University of Maine at Farmington. Rhea Cote Robbins was the 1997 winner of the Maine Chapbook Award for her work of creative nonfiction entitled Wednesday's Child. In 1995, she received her first prize for poetry from the Steve Grady Endowment Fund for Creative Writing. Her writings have appeared in a variety of publications, too numerous to name here. She contributed to French Connections, a gathering of Franco-American poets. She edited Canuck and Other Stories, an anthology of translations of early 20th century Franco-American women writers. And she is a founder and executive director of the Franco-American Women's Institute, which is an organization to promote awareness about the contributions of Franco-American women to the culture, their families, and their communities. In addition, she has worked in the Maine prison system with women prisoners and created a writing group with the women. As you can see, as in her creative writing, her other work gives visibility to experiences that might otherwise go unnoticed. She currently teaches creative nonfiction, literature, and Franco-American women's experiences at the University of Maine. She lives in Brewer with her husband, David, and they have 3 children, Bridget, Benjamin, who is married to Jana Bishop, and Jessie. I'm looking forward to the sequel to Wednesday's Child, called Down the Plains, for which she is seeking publication. I'm certain it contains the same attention to rich and poignant details about our human connections in the lingering scent of a loved one long departed, the meaning in a discolored square of a family quilt, or the small strategies everyday people use to resist oppression in order to live exuberant lives. Rhea is currently at work on a 3rd book in the series entitled If These Walls Could Talk. Please welcome Rhea Cote.